Alright, what is up, guys? I've been out of town for the last 3 weeks on business, so I haven't had a chance to tackle the Z yet. So hopefully we're going to flush this cooling system and get it running, so anything stopping it from being on the streets. I bought a Mishimoto Thermostat, I bought a spill-free funnel, and it got shipped to my house. But now we're just playing a game of where did Michelle put the boxes, which they almost look like they're right here. That looks like them right there. This is probably the funnel. Yeah, it's like, this is probably. So, we've got the funnel, the thermostat. I also picked up some paint for my radiator, which actually will be my condenser. I'm going to paint my condenser because I like my radiator. And then quick release tabs for the bumper because I've only got one. That's purple and I don't really like the purple, so we're going to do those in black. Alright, what's up, guys? I've got both the thermostats from the 350Z. On the right, I have the stock one that came with the build-up motor that we got. And on the left, I have the new Mishimoto Racing higher performance thermostat on the left side. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna boil some water here. We're gonna get it up to a higher temperature so that way they'll open up. And we're gonna compare the two and see how they function, how much they open, see if this thermostat was getting locked up or if it was actually opening all the way. And we'll compare just exactly how the two are. As far as like weight, they feel the same. I don't think you're cutting any weight off the thermostat if you're curious if it's a more lightweight piece, because you know, race life, bro, shave the poundage. But no, they feel the same. But anyways, so we're gonna throw them into the water. We're gonna start to get them to up to a temperature, which I believe they're pretty good now because we're almost up to a boil. Let's do this. We'll put this guy in there like that. We'll put the stock one in at the same time. How about that? And then we'll compare them side by side when they're open. Alright, Mishimoto. Come on with the steam. What's up? That thing's opened up pretty big. That is a big opening. Alright, we've got that. Let's check this guy. This one's not even open yet. That's in boiling water. This guy. Look at how much that's open. Jesus. Yeah, I think that was my problem right there. Because that's open. That's opened a lot. Ah, come on, focus. Yeah, look at that. That opens a lot. And this is the stock one, which that's how much it was opening for me before in my previous video. So it's definitely not opening. Well, look at that. It's going closed again. Let's just let it sit in there longer and see what it does. So excited for that one. Alright, I think it's been in there long enough, so let's see what we have here. Well, damn it, it opens. Alright, well this one opens up just as much too. So, stock thermostat, Looks like it opens just as much as the Mishimoto one. Maybe not at... I feel like the Mishimoto opened up a little bit more than that. But now it's starting to cool down, so it's starting to close. So here's another thing. So I mean, look at that. So that's a stock thermostat. It's starting to close immediately after I pulled it out of the hot water. Here's the Mishimoto thermostat. It's still open. It's slowly starting to close, but it's still open. So that's how you can test your thermostat. A little bit of boiling water, drop your thermostat in there. There's a sensor. So that's my stock, that's my Mishi. There you go. So we're gonna go install the stock Mishimoto thermostat now and see if that has a benefit over trying to bleed the system with this stock. Ow, that is super hot. That is way hot, and it's still not even open. That's still closed. Wow. This one's like cool to the touch almost. Well, it's hot, but it's not like burning hot. And it's just now closing. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna go install the Mishimoto one now and go from there. See, hopefully that helps us get air out of the cooling system. So, thermostat hides out right there. Right, you got your gasket, your 3 bolts, and then two of your different hose lines. Alright, so we got the thermostat all hooked up, and I went to go reconnect the hose clamps, and they're the stock ones, and they're pieces of shit. So I'm going to Lowe's right now. We're gonna go get better hose clamps. This is Florida for you. This is Florida. Left blinker to go right. Left blinker to go right. You would be surprised how many times I see that a day in Florida. I don't understand. Ooh, that's a sexy little Roushie right there. Take 907 on bleeding the cooling system on a 350Z VQ motor. Thermostat's in the car. Hose lines are on the car. While it's cold, I'm going to pour coolant in there till this fills up and bleed it from the rear. When the coolant starts bleeding out of the rear, I'm going to close it up, make sure that's full, kind of go from there and see what happens. I don't really know. So I might let it run and just kind of do its cycle for a little while because there's little bubbles that are coming out. But we now have heat down here on this hose line, so I know my thermostat's opening, which is good. You can see the coolant starting to get hot. The fan should kick on in a minute. Cycle it, cool it down, which will then keep cycling and pushing the air out. So that's good. One thing that I need to double check is my heater, and holy shit, it's hot in here. Oh, I'm getting hot air now. Way hot air. That's another way you could tell that your cooling system is working, is you're getting hot air in your car. So we're test driving the 350. So far we don't have any overheating yet, so that's a good sign. Usually about the time I overheat is about now, so keep an eye on it. Hopefully we got it bled right this time. Then I can work on things like my Y pipe that's leaking its ass off. No overheating so far, yay. Normally I would overheat by now, so that's a good sign. So bleeding my coolant system, I use this Peak 5050. It worked just fine, seems to be working just fine so far. So we're gonna give it a run, see how well it works. So bleeding the 350 was a success. I think the biggest factor was having the bleeder valve on the rear side, but I think the biggest player of all was the spill-free funnel. Definitely get you a spill-free funnel. Those things are so clutch when it comes to this. I tried to make my own, not the same thing. Get that spill-free funnel. Be a little patient with your Z when you bleed it. I had to run the car with that funnel and keep pumping the hoses and getting all the air out for almost 45 minutes. So I went from a dry motor with no coolant though, so depending on what you're doing, I would say give it at least 45 minutes. Now we can move on to getting the exhaust system right, fine tuning her up, and getting her on the streets and sliding her around.